Hey guys, how y'all doing? I know it's late. Half of y'all are probably sleep in the bed already, getting ready for work the next day. I literally just got home about an hour ago. Had a very long day the other day. I was ripping and running, had to run some errands, um, go grocery shopping. I finally got food in my fridge, yay. And then I did a little bit of hustle on the DoorDash for a few hours. It was okay. I made like maybe 50 bucks and some change. But that last order ticked me off. I got to the pizza spot called Mod Pizza. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it before. But that last order was supposed to be a pizza, and the employee was like, "Oh, you're like the second person that came. Somebody already picked up this order." I said, "What?" I just drove across town on the freeway to pick up an imaginary pizza that's already been picked up. She's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that." And then as I was leaving, she's like, "Man, would you like a free pizza? This is an abandoned order." I said, "What kind is it?" "It's pepperoni, Canadian bacon, mozzarella cheese, and tomato sauce." I was like, all right, I'll take a free pizza since I drove across town. So yeah, I got free pizza out of it. Yay. That's the beauty of DoorDash, and you get free food sometimes if you have abandoned orders. But anyway, I didn't want to just come on here and just talk about my day and my boring life and, what I got going on. The main reason I wanted to come on here tonight, I wanted to give you guys a little update on the missing woman from this very small town called Fayetteville, Texas. It's about 30 minutes from my hometown, LaGrange. And this missing lady, she's a Hispanic woman. I don't know her, but I recently found out through Facebook that they found her body in a ditch, in the woods, in her car too. Somebody then killed this poor, innocent woman. And I also found out when I read the obituary that she was a mother. She had 4 children. She had 3 grandchildren. She was only 39 years old. They don't know what happened to her. They don't know who did it. All I know is that the Texas Rangers are still investigating it. You can actually Google it and look it up. It's all over the news. Even Yahoo, surprisingly, reported it. But it is so sad, y'all. I was teary-eyed for a moment. I really was. Like, I couldn't even talk when I read the news article about this missing woman that was found dead. It's so, so sad. She went missing about a month ago. I want to say around April the 2nd. And at this time that she was missing, it kind of surprised me a little bit because during the springtime, they have antique festivals in small towns, where I come from. And that particular town has one of the largest antique festivals in the world, that thousands of people from all over the world come to. I'm talking about people from California, New York, everywhere. They go to that little bitty town of 2,000 people small just for the antique festival, because people like to buy antiques and stuff and sell them. But anyway, it just really shocked me, and especially the whole town, because when I say nothing like that happens back home, nothing like that happens. I mean, granted, my town, we've had, a lot of crazy, murders, but they were like domestic related. It would be like, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, dope man, whatever type situations. But when I say I've never, ever heard of anybody, especially as close to my town, being missing, we've never had missing people back home. Never. It's very scary, and it's so sad because, like I said, they don't know who did it. They're still investigating. And the last thing that I seen on the article from what I read on the news, when she went missing, she was wearing her work t-shirt, and she was supposed to come home, I guess, later that day and her kids were looking for her. And the other kids, the younger ones that are still in school, they had to get ready for school in the morning. She never came home. That's pretty much what happened. She went to work and never came home. Went missing, and then poof, gone. Within 2 weeks, they found her body 2 weeks later. So sad. It is so sad. Now, the news never mentioned anything about like the father, like the baby daddy or anything, because I'm assuming she's a single parent because they never mentioned that she was married. So I'm assuming they've already ruled, you know, the baby daddy out. Otherwise, they would have been saying he had something to do with it. But in my opinion, I think it was a complete stranger that possibly lured her from her work that she probably met either through an online dating app or possibly through the antique festival. Because remember, I told y'all thousands of people from all over the world go to small towns like that. And, you know, people, you know, they stop by, and these little mom and pop shops and cafes and stuff on the town square. And she happened to work at one of the most popular bistro cafes in the town square called Orsak's Cafe. Orsak's is actually kind of personal to me because I practically grew up around Orsak's as a kid. Me and my family always went to Orsak's Cafe growing up as a kid. It really got to me. It really did. I was just like, I was speechless. I said, first of all, who would want to harm anybody from little old Fayetteville? Who? And I know it wasn't none of the locals. I know for damn sure it wasn't none of the locals. I know it's not one of the locals. Like, when I say people in that little town look out for each other, they do. Most of the time. I can't really speak for every town, but that particular town, yes. That is like an old German Czech heritage town where you got people with kolache shops and donut shops and, like, you know, butchers and like meat factories. That's the type of town it is, you know. Everybody goes to watch football and baseball and whatever. Like, that town is harmless. And it's so sickening that somebody would want to harm this woman. After her job, after she left work. It's sickening. It's so disturbing. And I was just like, wow, you really cannot trust nobody. I'm talking like strangers from God knows where. You cannot trust people. It's so sad. So sad. They just had her funeral. I'm not sure what day, but not too long ago. They literally just had her funeral. I saw somebody posted her obituary on Facebook. I'm assuming it was a relative of hers. I think it was our cousin. And yeah, it's awful. I don't wish that on nobody. I really don't. Like, I'm just trying to think, who just goes to that town, messes with someone that they don't even know. And from what I hear, I mean, this woman was a good person. She worked hard. She worked at that little cafe, apparently, according to the obituary, for 5 years. You know, just innocent. Don't bother nobody. Get along with everybody, all the townspeople in the little town. She wasn't, you know, a troublemaker or anything. She, you know, she raised her family and stuff. She worked hard. And I hate to see bad things happen to good, hardworking people that don't deserve it. I hate to see it. It makes me very sad inside. It does. But that's all I pretty much wanted to share. I'm getting teary-eyed again. Forgive me. But it really hit home. It did. And I'm going to share a photo of her missing person flyer so you guys can see what she looked like. She's very pretty. But yeah, it's just very sad. Just all I got to say, y'all, be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. You see what the fuck happened to me. I had a stalker that wouldn't leave me the hell alone until I went to the poor, court and asked, the judge to make him stop. Like, it shouldn't have even took all that. But you see, like, the craziness that's going on in the world. Like, it could have escalated into something worse. But thank God it didn't. But you just have to keep your head on a swivel. I tell people all the time, I don't care where you are. If you're at a party, if you're at a friend's house, I don't care how long you've known that person, or if you just, been recently introduced to someone you really don't know very well. Always share your location. Tell somebody. Let somebody know where you are. Because you never know what's going to happen. Stuff like this really scares me. Especially in small towns that don't really have murders. It's scary. Very scary. That town is so small. I'm talking like maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people small. Way smaller than my hometown. My hometown is like 5,000 people small. But yeah, you just got to be careful. You got to be careful. Tell your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren, to make sure you know where you're at all times. Share their locations, because you got to be careful. But that's all I wanted to share. I'm not going to hold y'all up and get off my soapbox about this, because it really bothered me. This really bothered me. But I will talk to you guys next time. I'm about to eat the rest of my precious little pizza. And I'm going to try to lay down and get some shut-eye so I can get up in the morning and get back on my grind. But y'all take care. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.